Okay, now that we have gone over our rules and we've listened to Ish by Peter H. Reynolds and Austin's Butterfly, it's time to start our project. Now, the first thing we need to do on our sheet of paper is to write our name. Now, at the very top of the paper, it says name, N-A-M-E. So you're going to get your pencil, and if you can write your name, I want you to go ahead and write your name. If you cannot write your name yet, that's okay. I will come around and help you write your name while you're working on your project. Now, this is going to help us learn our class rules. Now, this project is really fun because this is a picture of a classroom, right? Okay, it kind of looks like your classroom. You got your doors and your window and the whiteboard and the teacher's desk and your seats, a rug, but there's also some hidden pictures that's going to help us learn our rules. So our first rule is A, always do your best. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at this picture and find the check mark. Take a second, and when you find it, put your finger on the check mark. Okay, does everybody have their finger right here on the whiteboard where the check mark is? If you always do your best, you get a check mark that you did a good job, right? So that check mark is going to help us to remember to always do our best. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get into our supplies. And I want you to get a red marker. Get a red marker, and we are going to take our red marker and we are going to carefully color that check mark. We're going to color it red. Try to stay in the lines as best you can. Now, when you're done with your marker, what do you have to do? Snap that cap. Hear that snap? Okay. So once my check mark is red, I snap my cap and then my marker goes back in my bag. Okay, so that is our first rule. Always do your best and you get a check mark. Good job. Okay, our second rule is R. We respect each other and the teacher. Now, one way we can show respect is by raising our hand if we want to say something. If you raise your hand, that lets your teachers know that you need to say something, or you need something, or you need some help. That's being respectful. Waiting your turn to talk and not talking when someone else is talking is very respectful. So in our picture, I want you to find the hand. See if you can find a picture of a hand. Take a second. Put your finger on it. Did everybody find the hand over here in this corner of the whiteboard? Good job. Okay, we raise our hand and be respectful. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get out an orange marker. Get your orange marker. And we are going to take our orange marker and we are going to color in our hand orange. Just the hand. Color your hand orange, and when you're done, what do? Snap that cap. Make sure it's snapped tight. You hear that snap. Now remember, if you need to, you can put your marker down and snap it using the table, as long as you get that lid snapped on. And then your marker goes back in your supplies. Okay, now our third rule is T. T means we take care of our supplies. So I want you to look in your picture of your classroom and see if you can find a picture of a marker. Where is the marker? Put your finger on it. Okay, did everybody find the marker here between the chair and the desk? There's our marker hidden in our picture. So now what we're going to do is we are going to get out a marker. We're going to get our yellow marker. Yellow marker. And we're going to color the marker in our picture yellow. Color your marker yellow. Try to stay in the lines as best you can. Now, when you are done, what do? Snap that cap. Snap that cap. That's how we take care of supplies, is making sure our caps are snapped. And then I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to put it back. And now I'm ready for my next one. So we've done A-R-T. Our fourth rule is I, which means inside voices, please. Inside voices means we're quiet, right? So if you're on your phones or your tablets and you want to turn the sound off, do you guys know what that looks like? It looks like a little microphone with a line through it. That's called the mute button, and it turns off the sound. I'm sure you guys have seen that. So can you find the mute button hidden in our classroom? Where is it? Find it and put your finger on it. Where is it? Did you guys find it here on the desk? Ah, good job. Good job. Okay, so we've got our mute button, and that means that we are quiet, especially when someone else is talking, because that is respectful, like our hand said, respectful. So now we need to color in our mute button. So we are going to get the color green. Green marker. Green marker. Okay. Now, when we color our mute button, we're going to color that microphone first. Remember, try to stay in the lines. And then if you want to color in the little sound waves here, you can color them green too. But don't color the whole desk. We're going to color the whole desk a different color. Okay? So we've got our mute button, which means inside voices, please. That's our fourth rule. So when we're done, what do we do with our marker? Snap that cap. And then we put it back. And now we're ready for our next one. So we've done A-R-T-I. Our fifth one is S. And S means we stay on task. Now, stay on task means we stay busy. Now, if we're supposed to be coloring along with Miss Ball, should you guys be coloring with me right now, or should you be talking to your neighbors? No, well, we're supposed to be using inside voices, so we're not supposed to be talking at all, because that's respectful. And staying on task means we stay busy. So what I want you to find is the picture of the pencil and paper. Where is the pencil and paper? Because that means we're staying busy and doing our work. Find the pencil and paper. Where is it? Put your finger on it. Ah, did you find it down here below the door? Yep, there's our pencil and paper. So now we need to color it. So now we're going to get out our blue marker. Blue marker. So we are going to color in the pencil and paper with a blue marker. Remember, try to stay in the lines as best you can. Color the whole sheet of paper and the pencil blue. Take your time, color neatly. Pencil and paper are blue. Stay on task means we stay busy and we do our work. Okay, when you're done, what do you need to do to your marker? Snap that cap. Snap that cap. Okay, now we got one more rule. Our last rule is the letter T in artist. Now, That letter T means we turn our mistakes into masterpieces. Now, we're all learning how to do things, right? You guys are learning how to count and how to do math and how to read. We're learning how to draw and we're learning different things about art. So are we going to be perfect? No, remember ish? It's not going to be perfect, but we need to try, right? Now, we also listened to the story of Austin and his butterfly. Now, Austin, he kept practicing and practicing until he got so good at drawing butterflies, didn't he? Okay, so the picture that's going to help us remember to turn our mistakes into masterpieces is going to be a butterfly, just like Austin's butterfly. So see if you can find the butterfly in our picture. Where is the butterfly? When you find it, put your finger on it. Okay. Did you guys find the butterfly on the door? Good job. Okay, so the last color we're going to use for our rules is purple. So get your purple marker out. And we are going to color our butterfly purple. Now, remember, try to stay in the lines as best you can. If you can't, that's okay. We're going to practice that this year, and you guys will get better at it. But we are going to color our butterfly purple, just like Austin's butterfly, to help us remember to turn our mistakes into masterpieces. Now, there's a few ways to turn a mistake into masterpieces. You can either erase your mistake. If you make a mistake, you can erase it. If you make a mistake, you can always turn it into something else. Like if you're drawing a line and you're wanting to make a heart, but it actually looks more like a circle, can you just turn it into a circle? Absolutely. Okay, now one other thing we can do to help turn a mistake into a masterpiece, when we're actually getting a blank sheet of paper and drawing and we mess up and we can't erase and we can't turn it into something else, we can always turn our paper over and start again on the back. So those are 3 ways to turn a mistake into a masterpiece. So our butterfly is purple. And then what do we need to do to our marker? Snap that cap and it goes right back in our bag. Okay, now it's time for us to finish coloring the rest of our picture. So we're going to be using the crayons now. So the first crayon we're going to get is a yellow crayon. So find your yellow crayon. Now, when you're coloring with a crayon, do you want to press really, really, really hard? No, we don't want to press really hard because then that's going to break our crayon. And do we want broken crayons? Nope. So we got the big crayons, so hopefully they won't break too much. So first thing we're going to color yellow is the sun. So find the sun and you're going to color him yellow. Color in that circle of the sun. He's going to be yellow. Now, the flowers on the desk, the inside circle is also going to be yellow. So we need to do those 2 little inside circles, and we're going to leave these as daisies. So the petals we're going to leave white because we want those to be daisies. So we've got our sun and we've got the inside of our daisies yellow. Now we're going to use yellow again, but we're going to put it up right now. So put your yellow crayon up. And I want you to get out your green crayon. Get out your green crayon. Now, it's kind of hard to see. In between our 2 flowers, there's a little leaf. We're going to color that little leaf yellow or green right there. Okay. Now, the other thing that needs to be green is the grass outside the window. So again, remember, stay in the lines as best you can and color the grass green. Now be careful when you get to your daisy and don't color in the petals because we're going to leave those white, pretty white daisies. Okay, so now we've got our green grass and our green leaf. So now that we're done, we're going to take our green crayon and put it up. And now we need a blue crayon. So find your blue crayon. Now, blue, we're going to color in the window. We're going to color the sky outside. We're going to make it a nice, pretty blue sky day. So we got to color the whole sky. Now be careful and don't color over your sun. Color around him. And don't color in your cloud. Color in around the cloud. Okay, so we color the sky in the window, blue. Now, we also have a window in our door. So these 4 little squares also need to be blue. So go ahead and color those blue. Try to stay in the lines. Be very careful. Okay, once you've colored the sky outside the window and the door blue, put your blue crayon up. And now we need to find a red crayon. Get your red crayon. Okay, now red, see our 3 little hearts above the door? We're going to color them red. Color them red. Okay, now we're going to go on and we're going to work on, we're going to put our red crayon up. Let's go ahead and put our red crayon up because we're going to pick a different color. Let's see, we need our purple crayon. So find your purple crayon, and we're going to color our flower pot purple. Flower pot is purple. Pretty purple flower pot. Okay, once you're done, put your purple crayon up. Okay, now we're going to color our banner here, but we're going to make it look like a rainbow. Okay, so we're going to color each one of these triangles a different color. So first you need to get your red crayon out. We'll start with red. Put your finger on the first triangle over here under your name. And that first triangle is going to be red. Color that triangle red. Once you've colored that triangle, I need you to put your red crayon up and get out an orange crayon. Orange crayon. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to color the second triangle. It's the one right above ABC. This one is going to be orange. That's the next color of the rainbow. Red, orange. Once you've colored that triangle, put your orange crayon up. The next color is yellow. So get your yellow crayon. And this third triangle is going to be yellow. So we've got red, orange, yellow. Now our next triangle, put your yellow crayon up. And we need a green crayon. Red, orange, yellow. Green goes right above hello. So color that green. Green. Okay. Now once you're done with green, you put your green crayon up. The next color we need is blue. Blue. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. That's the one above the C in class. Blue. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. You guys think you know what color is going to come next? The next color of the rainbow is purple. So we put our blue crayon up and we get our purple crayon out. And this one is going to be purple. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Now we still have 2 triangles left. So we're going to start the rainbow over. So what's going to be the triangle above our check mark? I'll give you a hint. It's the same color as the check mark. It's red. So put your purple crayon up. Get your red crayon out. Color the triangle above our red check mark red. Once you've done that one, you put your red crayon up. And then our last triangle is going to be orange. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, red, orange. That's our next color. Okay, so now we've got a nice pretty banner in our rainbow colors. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then we got another red and orange. Okay, so now we can put the orange one up. Now we need to find our brown crayon. Our brown crayon. Now, brown is going to be our little chair right here. So we're going to do one little chair brown. Our table is going to be brown. Our other chair is going to be brown. And we just need to do that white little, kind of looks like a football shape almost, or a squinty eye. That's all we're coloring. So we need to do our other chair. We need to do our other table. Try to stay in the lines. Then we need to do our last chair down here. Okay, so we got how many chairs? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many tables? 1, 2. Add a little bit of math. Okay, brown, we also need to color our desk. So this shape, what shape is that? That's what we call a rectangle. Rectangle. So the desk is going to be brown. Now try not to color over your green mute button, which remember that's the rule for the letter I. Inside voices, please. Using our inside voices so we can listen and follow along so that everybody's pictures look really nice and pretty. So color in your desk. So brown, we did 4 chairs, 1, 2, 3, 4. We also did 2 tables, 1, 2, and we did 1 desk. Now, there's going to be one more thing that's brown, and that's going to be our door. Now, in our door, we've got our window, which is a square with how many little squares inside of it? 4. And we also have this shape, which is a circle. So let's start by coloring the circle brown. And then we're going to color the door brown. Now be careful. Don't color over your butterfly. I want to keep him nice and pretty and purple to remind us that we turn mistakes into masterpieces. Turn our mistakes into masterpieces. We never give up making art because we can always turn a mistake into a masterpiece. We always got to keep trying. Always keep trying, always do our best. And remember, Our best doesn't always have to be perfect, just like we learned in Ish by Peter H. Reynolds. Doesn't have to be perfect. We just have to keep trying. Okay, so we are going to color our door brown, our circle doorknob brown, the desk was brown, the 4 chairs were brown, and the 2 tables were brown. And now we are done with brown. So we're going to take our brown crayon and we're going to put it up. And now we're going to color one more thing. No, 2 more things. We got 2 more things to color. So we are going to color the 2 books on the desk. These shapes are rectangles, okay? So we're going to do one shape, yellow. So let's find our yellow crayon. And the bottom rectangle is going to be yellow. So that bottom book is yellow. So color in that little rectangle, put your yellow crayon up. And let's see, we're going to do orange. So get out your orange. And the book on top is going to be an orange book. So we've got yellow on the bottom, orange on the top. We got our books on the desk colored. Now we got one more thing to color. And let's see, we're going to color the rug. Now, let's see how many different parts of our rug we've got. We've got this part on the outside that looks like a cloud. So that's 1. And then we've got this shape in the middle. Ooh, what kind of shape is this? Does anybody know? That's called an oval. So we've got the cloud shape on the outside. We've got an oval shape next. And then on the inside, there's another oval. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 things to color on our rug. So we are going to start with green. So get your green crayon. Now, the part between that first oval and the cloud, those little loopy parts, we're going to color those green. Now, I'm going to color the whole rug green. No, I'm going to try my best to stay in the lines and just color those loopy parts green. Okay, so we got this part done in green, the cloud shape. So when we're done with our green, we put it back and we need to get our next color out, which is going to be blue. We need to get our blue crayon. Now we're going to do that first oval. That first oval is going to be blue. Is the middle going to be blue? No, just the part next to the green. So we got little thin parts we got to color here, so we got to be really careful. Now, is it okay if you get out of the lines? Yeah, because we're just learning. We're just learning. So it's okay if you get out of the lines because we're going to practice coloring in the lines and making our coloring nice and neat. So it doesn't have to be perfect today. Remember, it just has to be ish. So we've got green, we've got blue. Anybody have any idea what color I'm going to pick for the middle? Anybody think it's going to be purple? You might be right. So get your blue crayon and put it back and get out your purple crayon. And you're going to color the middle oval purple. And now we've got a nice, pretty colored picture. Now, before we're done, we put all of our stuff back in our baggie. Remember, everything goes back in our baggie, so we are ready for the next project. Now, before we end, we're going to go back over our class rules. Our first one, A, always do your best. What picture did we color for always do your best? Put your finger on it. Was it the red check mark? Yes, it was. Good job. Next one, R, we respect each other and the teacher. What picture did we color for that one? How do we show respect for each other and the teacher? Put your finger on it. Was it the orange hand to remind us to raise our hand and wait our turn to talk? Absolutely, good job. Our next one was T. We take care of our supplies. What picture did we color for that one? Put your finger on it. Was it the marker that we colored yellow? Yes, it was. Our next rule was inside voices, please. What picture did we use for that one? Put your finger on it. Was it the mute button to remind us to be quiet? Yep, and we colored it green. Good job. Our next rule was stay on task. It means we stay busy. Put your finger on the picture that reminds us to stay busy. Paper and pencil that we colored blue. Good job. Now, our last rule is T. We turn our mistakes into masterpieces. Which picture reminds us to turn our mistakes into masterpieces? Put your finger on it. Is it the butterfly, like Austin's butterfly? Absolutely. Now, let's look at this. Let's look at the way we colored this. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Did we make our rules into the rainbow? Yes, we did. Okay, so remember, good artists always follow the rules. And you guys are all artists. So make sure all of your supplies are put away so we are ready for our next project next week. I hope you guys had fun.